When you talk to other traders and investors, whether in real life or online, whether it's an online community of traders and investors, whatever it happens to be, they have their own lingo. And one of the things that you will often hear in the trading community are these popular trading maxims, these phrases, these little nuggets of wisdom that many traders and investors love to share with others. Today, I'm going to cover 10 very popular trading maxims. I'm going to explain what these mean because, especially if you're a new trader, many new traders hear these phrases, these sayings, and they misunderstand them. They misinterpret them. Sometimes they misinterpret them to the point where they think these maxims mean exactly the opposite of what they truly mean. Maxim number 1, never sell a dull market. Now you hear this all the time. What does this actually mean? Well, it means don't get short in a market that doesn't move around very much. For example, if we're talking about the general overall market, maybe the S&P 500, right? Don't get short if it's a boring, low volatility market, because if the volatility is low, if the VIX is low, then the general market is telling you, hey, we really are not fearful of anything. We really don't think that this market is going to crash, right? So in a market that is not fearful, it just tends to drift higher, right? So never sell a boring, low volatility market. Now, if the market has high volatility, then things get a little exciting. Then you might get some really big moves both ways. You'll see a lot of really good two-sided action. And if you want to short that kind of market, go ahead. Number 2, never trade more than you can afford to lose. Now, this is a stark warning against trading too big. What this is if you're putting on a trade, know exactly what your maximum possible loss on the trade is, and can you afford to lose that? If a very unfortunate event happened and you lost the maximum possible loss on that trade, could you handle that? If the answer is yes, go ahead and put on the trade. If the answer is absolutely not, it would quite literally destroy my entire life, don't make that trade. Number 3, never trade in hindsight. Now, what this one means is don't go back and look at your past trades with regret because you could have done something different, right? Maybe you won on a trade, but you didn't win as much as you could because you got out a little too early, or maybe you lost more money on a trade because you held on to it too long. Whatever that happens to be the case, whatever mistakes might have been made, that's okay. Recognize those mistakes and learn from them, but don't dwell on the past, right? When a trade is over, if you want to examine it, 5 minutes after it's done, fine, but then move on, let it go. If you let these things fester, if you dwell on these bad trades or even the good trades, you are losing focus because honestly, trading is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's never about these single trading events. It's about the accumulation of thousands of trades over your lifetime. Number 4, trading is about probabilities, not certainties. So what this is about the randomness of the markets, right? Markets are random and no one can predict the market. Because no one can accurately predict the future, right? There are no certainties in trading. All you can do is trade the probabilities. As an options trader, make sure you're always putting on trades that have a high probability of success. And if you do this, in the long run, after thousands and thousands of trades over your lifetime, you should see positive returns. Number 5, what is comfortable is rarely profitable. So what this is the contrarian battle cry, basically saying what everybody else is doing, don't do that. You be different. You go do what is uncomfortable, what others are afraid to do. For example, if everybody's putting their money in really safe investment products, maybe they're buying T-bills or whatever, buying treasury bonds. Now, that's a very, very safe investment, but the return on that's not really that great, but it's a safe investment. Now, for me, if I'm a contrarian or if I'm somebody that really wants to take some risk, I'm going to step out on a limb. I'm going to trade things that, most traders are a little uncomfortable with, things like options, stock options, futures options, because ultimately to make any real money, you do have to take some real risk. There's never a free lunch in this world. You can't make large sums of money without taking some risk. Number 6, being successful isn't about how smart you are. And this is absolutely true. Being a successful trader has nothing to do with your intelligence. It doesn't have anything to do with how book smart you are. It's all about how hard you're willing to work, right? If you're willing to put in the time, if you're willing to put in that work, if you're willing to form the right mechanics and diligently stick to those trading mechanics, if you're willing to form the right habits, you'll be successful. Number 7, let your winners run and cut your losses short. Now, you hear this all the time from Traders that have been trading for a while, they often tell newer traders especially, hey, let your winners run and cut your losses short. And the reason they tell new traders this is because most new traders do exactly the opposite of this. They'll close their winners, for a small profit, which is always fine. I don't mind people closing any trade for a profit, no matter how small the profit is. It's almost always right to take a winner, but they don't do this with their losses. They treat their winners and their losses as something completely different, because they'll let a loser run forever. They'll never close a trade for a small loss because, hey, it's just a small loss. I'll hold on to it for a while until it becomes a gigantic loss, a monster loss. And then it becomes such a monstrous loss, then they can't take it off because it's such a big loss. I'll hold on to it and hope it reverses until finally they blow up their account. So what this is essentially, don't be stubborn with your losing trades. Number 8, the market moves in the direction that causes the most pain. Now, this is a favorite saying of the contrarian trader, because consensus thinking about the market is usually wrong, right? Because just the general trader, most traders are wrong about the market. That's why most traders don't make money. So the market tends to move in exactly the opposite of what most traders think. So if you're seeing all of a sudden everybody jumping on to the same bandwagon, to the same stock or same handful of stocks or the same sector of the market, whatever the latest craze is that everybody is jumping into, be careful. Number 9, if you go looking for trouble, it usually finds you. So what this is talking about is, the market, if it's not presenting any good opportunities, you can't go and try and force it, right? You can't manufacture opportunity. It's either there or it isn't. If you go looking for opportunity when it's not there, the only thing you're going to find is trouble. And number 10, the final maxim for this video is no one knows anything. Sometimes also you will hear it referred to as no one knows everything. And for me, my favorite version of this is no one knows nothing. And I know it's not proper English, no one knows nothing, but I like it for the alliteration with all the ends. So what does this mean? No one knows nothing. Well, exactly what it sounds like. It means markets are random and no one can actually predict the market. No one can predict the future. And if there's no one that can accurately and reliably predict the future of the market, then in essence, no one knows nothing, right? So any trader or investor who acts like they know something about the future is one of two things. First, they're either a fool who doesn't realize that they don't even understand the questions, much less have any answers, or two, they're one of these fake financial gurus who pretends to have all the answers so they can profit from selling their victims worthless courses, indicators, bots, signal services, etc. So there you have it, 10 popular trading maxims explained. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want future videos similar in style, if you want other popular trading maxims that you've heard explained, I'd love to do more of these on video. For those of you that want to check out my book, please check out the Super Wheel Option Strategy, currently over on Amazon. You'll find it in paperback, hardback, and in a Kindle edition. You'll find a link to the Super Wheel Option Strategy in the description below. Peace, guys.